Ladies and gentlemen, as we embark on a new day, I invite you to reflect on the profound wisdom found in Jeremiah 29. This chapter holds a powerful promise from God, reminding us of His plans for our lives. When we start our day anchored in this truth, we position ourselves for purpose, hope, and a bright future. Let's delve into this scripture and discover how it can transform our daily lives. When we talk about embracing God's plans, we are acknowledging a fundamental truth: life is not a random series of events, but rather a divine orchestration designed specifically for each of us. From the moment we take our first breath, we are woven into a tapestry of purpose. Every thread represents experiences, challenges, and blessings that lead us toward our destiny. To truly embrace God's plans, we must first recognize that these plans are filled with hope and promise. Imagine starting each day with a heart open to the possibilities that lie ahead. This requires us to shift our mindset from one of doubt to one of expectation. When we wake up in the morning, we have the choice to view the day as a blank canvas. How will you paint it? Will you allow fear or uncertainty to dictate your brushstrokes, or will you trust that every color represents a divine opportunity? Embracing God's plans means surrendering our own limited perspectives. Often we get caught up in our own desires, ambitions, and timelines. We make plans and set goals, but what if those goals are not aligned with the greater purpose God has for us? The beauty of faith is in relinquishing control and trusting that God sees the bigger picture. His plans are not only for our good, but for the greater good of those around us. In Jeremiah 29, God reassures us that His plans are for our welfare, to give us hope and a future. This promise should ignite a fire within us. When we trust that God's plans are far more significant than our own, we open ourselves to a life of extraordinary potential. We begin to recognize that every setback can lead to a comeback, every obstacle can be a stepping stone, and every disappointment can be a divine redirect towards something greater. Embracing God's plans also requires us to be active participants in our lives. It's not enough to simply sit back and wait for things to unfold. We must engage with our purpose, cultivating the gifts and talents we've been given. This means pursuing knowledge, developing skills, and surrounding ourselves with people who inspire us to grow. When we align our actions with our faith, we become co-creators of our destiny. Moreover, embracing God's plans means being flexible and adaptable. Life will throw unexpected curveballs, and the road may not always be smooth. However, when we trust in God's guidance, we learn to navigate these changes with grace and resilience. Instead of resisting the unfamiliar, we embrace it as part of our journey. Every twist and turn has a purpose, teaching us valuable lessons and shaping us into who we are meant to be. Finally, embracing God's plans is about cultivating a deep relationship with Him. The more we understand His character and His desires for us, the clearer His plans become. Through prayer, meditation, and studying His Word, we invite His wisdom into our hearts. This connection provides clarity and confidence, guiding us through decisions both big and small. In closing, embracing God's plans is an active, dynamic process that requires faith, trust, and participation. It invites us to open our hearts and minds to the extraordinary possibilities that lie ahead. As we navigate life, let us remember that we are not alone. We are part of a divine story, intricately woven together for a purpose far greater than ourselves. Today, let's embrace the beautiful plans God has laid out for us and step boldly into our destinies. Seeking Him diligently is about the posture of your heart and the intentionality of your pursuit. It is not a casual or occasional effort, but a deliberate, focused quest to know Him more deeply, to understand His will, and to align your life with His purpose. This level of seeking demands a commitment that goes beyond routine prayers and surface-level engagement. It is a hunger, a thirst, a relentless drive to connect with the source of all wisdom and life. To seek Him diligently means prioritizing that relationship above all else. In a world full of distractions, where the noise of daily life can drown out the whisper of His voice, it requires effort and discipline to carve out space for Him. But diligence in seeking isn't just about finding time, it's about the quality of that time. Are we truly present when we seek Him? or are we merely going through the motions? A diligent seeker is one who approaches each moment with God with reverence, expectation, and a heart wide open to His leading. Seeking Him also implies a deep trust that He will respond. When we pursue Him with all our hearts, we are promised that we will find Him. This is not a game of hide and seek where God is elusive or distant. He desires to be found, but He wants to see how earnestly we are willing to pursue Him. The effort we put into that pursuit reveals the value we place on the relationship. Just as you would go to great lengths to deepen your connection with a close friend or loved one, seeking God with diligence shows Him that we treasure our relationship with Him above all else. In the process of seeking, we are transformed. The more we engage with God, the more we begin to reflect His character. We gain wisdom, peace, and strength that are not our own. This transformation doesn't happen overnight. It is the result of continual, persistent effort. Diligence in seeking Him shapes us into people of purpose and conviction, as the insights we gain through our pursuit change how we think, act, and live. But diligence also means persistence. Life circumstances will often challenge your resolve to seek Him. There will be seasons when God feels distant, when prayers seem unanswered, and when it's easier to retreat in frustration than to keep pressing forward. But it's in these moments that true diligence is tested. Will you continue to seek Him when the answers are delayed? Will you pursue Him even when it feels difficult or inconvenient? The diligent seeker is not swayed by temporary silence or setbacks. They continue to knock, trusting that the door will eventually be opened. There is also an element of faith that underpins diligent seeking. It requires believing that there is always more to discover, that no matter how much we've experienced or learned about God, there is still a depth that we haven't touched. Complacency is the enemy of diligence. We must guard against the belief that we've arrived spiritually or that we know all there is to know. God is infinite, and the more we seek Him, the more we realize how much more there is to find. Diligence in seeking is not confined to moments of spiritual retreat or isolation. It spills over into every aspect of our lives. How we work, how we relate to others, how we handle adversity, all of these are influenced by our pursuit of Him. When we seek Him in every situation, we begin to see His hand at work in all areas of life. The diligent seeker doesn't compartmentalize their faith, but allows it to permeate every decision, conversation, and action. Ultimately, seeking Him diligently is a lifelong journey. It is not a destination we arrive at, but a constant pursuit that deepens over time. Every day presents a new opportunity to know Him more fully, to hear His voice more clearly, and to walk in greater alignment with His will. This pursuit fuels our growth, strengthens our faith, and equips us to live out our purpose with confidence and clarity. Let us commit to being diligent seekers, those who prioritize the pursuit of God above all else, who persevere even in the face of challenges, and who are constantly growing in our knowledge and relationship with Him. As we seek Him with all our hearts, we can be certain that He will reveal Himself to us in ways that transform our lives and the lives of those around us. Expecting restoration is living with the confident assurance that no matter what has been lost, broken, or stolen in your life, there is a divine promise of recovery and renewal. Restoration is not simply about going back to how things were, but about believing that what comes after will be even greater than what was before. It's about trusting that every setback is a setup for something more significant, something that aligns with the bigger picture of your purpose and destiny. When you expect restoration, you carry a deep sense of hope. This is not the kind of hope that wavers with circumstances, but a steadfast belief that there is always a pathway back to wholeness. You may have gone through seasons of pain, hardship, or loss, but expecting restoration means you don't allow those seasons to define your future. Instead, you look forward with anticipation, knowing that the process of restoration is already at work, even if you can't see it yet. Restoration often begins internally before it manifests externally, before circumstances change. Your mindset must shift. Expectation is the key. What do you believe is possible for your life? If you expect defeat, you will live defeated. But if you expect restoration, You begin to align your thoughts, words, and actions with that expectation. You speak life over what seems dead. You declare healing over what is broken. And you see possibilities where others see impossibility. Your faith becomes the seed from which restoration grows. In the midst of brokenness, it's easy to focus on what is missing. But expecting restoration shifts your perspective from what you've lost to what is being prepared for you. It's the belief that although things may have fallen apart, there is a plan in place for rebuilding. Expectation draws you closer to the source of restoration. It requires you to remain open to new beginnings, to be patient in the waiting, and to trust that nothing is wasted. Every trial, every tear, every challenge is being used to craft a testimony of victory and renewal. Restoration isn't always immediate. Sometimes it comes in stages, and sometimes it takes longer than we hope. But the waiting period is not a time of inaction, it's a time of preparation. You prepare by nurturing your faith, by staying grounded in the promises you've been given, and by refusing to settle for less than full restoration. Partial healing is not the goal. The promise is complete restoration, wholeness in every area of life. Expecting restoration also means being willing to participate in the process. Restoration is not a passive act. It requires you to be an active participant in your own recovery. Sometimes restoration involves letting go of things that no longer serve you or releasing people who are holding you back from your destiny. It might mean stepping into new opportunities that stretch you or rebuilding relationships that require humility and forgiveness. Restoration demands that you take responsibility for your part while trusting the divine to do what only He can do. One of the most powerful aspects of expecting restoration is that it enables you to see beyond the present moment. It allows you to envision a future that is brighter, fuller, and more abundant than your current circumstances. Even when the evidence in front of you suggests otherwise, the expectation of restoration reminds you that the story is not over. The chapter you're in may be difficult, but the book of your life has many more pages to be written. Restoration is also a sign of God's grace. It's an indication that no matter how far you've strayed or how much has been broken, there is always an opportunity for redemption. Grace steps into the gaps created by failure, hurt, and loss and fills them with purpose. Expecting restoration is essentially an act of receiving that grace, believing that your life is not defined by your past mistakes or misfortunes, but by the potential for a greater tomorrow. Finally, expecting restoration is about walking in gratitude even before the restoration fully arrives. It's about being thankful for the process because you know that every difficult moment is leading to something beautiful. It's about praising through the pain because you trust that in time you will see the results of your faith. Gratitude transforms your waiting period into a time of growth and peace. As you expect restoration, you learn to celebrate progress, no matter how small, because each step forward is a sign that renewal is on the horizon. In essence, to expect restoration is to live with unwavering hope, a vision for the future, and a heart full of faith. It's knowing that nothing is too broken for God to fix, nothing is too far gone to be redeemed, and nothing is beyond the reach of His restorative power. Whether it's health, relationships, finances, or dreams that need restoration, you can trust that the promise of renewal is real and that your best days are still ahead. Staying hopeful is a powerful act of faith that sustains you through life's trials and uncertainties. Hope is not merely wishful thinking or blind optimism. It is a confident expectation that no matter how challenging your situation may appear, there is a future worth fighting for. To stay hopeful is to choose to believe in the possibility of better days, even when current circumstances suggest otherwise. It's about maintaining a vision for your life that extends beyond the temporary struggles and difficulties you face. Hope is anchored in something deeper than what you can see with your physical eyes. It is a conviction that despite the setbacks and disappointments, there is a plan unfolding for your good. Staying hopeful requires you to look beyond the immediate challenges and tap into the unseen realities of faith. It is understanding that storms come, but they also pass, and after every storm there is growth, healing, and a new beginning. Staying hopeful allows you to focus on what is ahead rather than being consumed by what is happening in the present. In times of adversity, hope becomes a lifeline. It gives you strength when you are weary and peace when the world around you is chaotic. When everything seems to be crumbling, hope whispers, "This is not the end." It reminds you that every challenge is temporary and every difficulty has an expiration date. Staying hopeful fuels your resilience and empowers you to keep moving forward when giving up feels like the easier option. It is the fire inside that refuses to be extinguished by the winds of trouble. Hope is also contagious. When you stay hopeful, you inspire others around you. Your attitude in the face of adversity can uplift those who are struggling to find their own hope. When people see your unwavering belief in a better future, they are encouraged to hold on to their own hope. Even when their circumstances seem bleak, hope creates a ripple effect that can transform environments and influence lives. However, staying hopeful is not always easy. Life can throw unexpected challenges that test your resolve, making you question whether hope is still worth holding on to. In those moments, you must remember that hope is not dependent on the absence of hardship. In fact, hope shines brightest in the darkest times. It is in the face of difficulties that hope proves its worth, carrying you through situations that seem impossible to overcome. To stay hopeful, you must protect your mindset. Hope is a product of your thoughts, and your thoughts are shaped by what you focus on. If you focus on what is wrong, what is lacking, or what hasn't happened yet, your hope will begin to fade. But if you shift your focus to what is possible, what is ahead, and what you believe can happen, your hope will grow. Feed your hope by surrounding yourself with positive influences, encouraging words, and people who remind you of your potential and your purpose. Hope is also closely linked to patience. Staying hopeful means being willing to wait for the fulfillment of your dreams and promises without losing heart. It means trusting in the process and believing that the waiting period is not wasted time. During times of waiting, hope keeps you grounded, reminding you that delays are not denials. Sometimes what you're hoping for is still being prepared, and it takes time for everything to align perfectly. Hope teaches you to wait with expectation, knowing that what is coming is worth the wait. In addition, hope empowers you to take action. It doesn't allow you to sit idly by waiting for circumstances to change. Instead, hope moves you to prepare for what you believe is possible. When you stay hopeful, you live as though the breakthrough, the healing, the restoration, or the opportunity is already on its way. You begin to take steps in alignment with your expectations, creating an environment that welcomes the very thing you are hoping for. Hope isn't passive, it's active. It drives you to keep building, keep striving, and keep believing, even when there's no visible evidence that things are changing. Hope also helps you reinterpret your challenges. It shifts your perspective, allowing you to see obstacles not as permanent roadblocks, but as temporary detours. When you stay hopeful, you understand that difficulties are part of the journey, but they are not the final destination. Hope gives you the ability to see purpose in your pain, growth in your struggle, and opportunity in your challenges. It transforms setbacks into stepping stones, knowing that each experience is preparing you for something greater. Ultimately, staying hopeful is about maintaining a forward-looking perspective. It is about keeping your eyes on the bigger picture, trusting that everything you are going through is contributing to your growth and development. It's holding on to the belief that there is more to your story than what you are experiencing right now. Even when things seem uncertain or unclear, hope reminds you that the best is yet to come. It is a choice you make daily to wake up and believe that today is a step closer to the future you are hoping for. So, as you walk through life, stay hopeful. Let your hope be the anchor that keeps you grounded when the waves of life try to toss you around. Let it be the light that guides you when the path is dim, and the strength that keeps you moving when the road is long. Hope is a powerful force, and as long as you hold on to it, there is nothing you cannot overcome. Cultivating peace is an intentional act, one that requires focus, dedication, and the conscious effort to maintain inner calm in a world filled with chaos and uncertainty. Peace is not merely the absence of conflict or turmoil, it is a state of being that allows you to remain centered regardless of what is happening around you. It is the ability to find stillness in the storm, to hold on to a sense of balance when life throws its unexpected challenges your way. To cultivate peace, you must first understand that it is not something that happens by chance. Peace is the result of deliberate choices, choices that align your heart and mind with a higher perspective. You cannot rely on external circumstances to bring you peace because circumstances are ever changing. True peace comes from within, and it must be nurtured and protected like a valuable treasure. It grows in the soil of a heart that trusts, a mind that is disciplined, and a spirit that is anchored in something greater than itself. One of the key elements of cultivating peace is learning to let go of control. Much of the unrest in our lives comes from the desire to control outcomes, situations, and even people. But peace is found in surrender, in the understanding that not everything is within your power to change. When you release the need to manipulate or manage every detail of life, you create space for peace to flourish. Letting go does not mean giving up, it means trusting that things will unfold as they should, even if it's not according to your timeline or expectations. Another essential aspect of cultivating peace is protecting your mind from negative influences. The thoughts you entertain directly impact your sense of peace. Worry, fear, and doubt are thieves of peace, and if left unchecked, they will dominate your mind and create an internal atmosphere of anxiety. Cultivating peace requires you to be selective about what you allow into your mental space. It's about guarding your thoughts, choosing to focus on what is true, noble, and life-giving, and rejecting the narratives of fear and hopelessness that the world often presents. Peace also comes from learning to live in the present moment. So much of our unrest stems from regrets about the past or anxiety about the future. But peace is found in the now, in this very moment. When you cultivate the habit of being present, you release the burden of what has been and the pressure of what is to come. In the present, you are free to experience life fully, to be grateful for what is, and to trust that whatever lies ahead will be met with the same peace you carry now. The present moment is where peace thrives because it is where you are most connected to yourself, to others, and to the divine. Cultivating peace also involves fostering a spirit of forgiveness. Unforgiveness and bitterness create internal conflict that robs you of peace. When you hold on to grudges or dwell on past hurts, you create a space for resentment to grow, and peace cannot coexist with resentment. Forgiveness is not about excusing the wrongs done to you, but about releasing their hold on your heart. It's an act of freeing yourself from the weight of anger and allowing peace to settle in its place. By forgiving, you take back control of your inner world and open the door for healing and restoration. A peaceful life is also a life of balance. You cannot cultivate peace if you are constantly overcommitted, running from one task to the next without time for reflection, rest, or connection. Peace grows in the spaces where you allow yourself to breathe, to pause, and to realign with your values and priorities. This means setting healthy boundaries, knowing when to say no, and giving yourself permission to slow down. When you live a life of balance, peace is no longer something you chase, it becomes a natural byproduct of the rhythm you've established. Moreover, peace is cultivated through connection with yourself, with others, and with the divine. When you are disconnected, either because of isolation, unresolved conflict, or spiritual neglect, peace becomes elusive. Cultivating peace means making time for the relationships that matter, investing in your emotional, physical, and spiritual well-being, and seeking out environments that nourish your soul. Peace is not a solitary pursuit, it flourishes in community, in moments of shared understanding, love, and support. Silence and solitude are also vital tools in cultivating peace. In a world filled with constant noise, taking time for quiet reflection allows you to center yourself, to listen to the still small voice within, and to regain your equilibrium. Peace is often found in the pauses, in the moments when you step away from the busyness and create space for stillness. It's in these quiet moments that clarity comes, anxieties dissipate, and your spirit is refreshed. Lastly, peace is cultivated through trust. It's the kind of trust that transcends logic, the deep belief that no matter what happens, you are held, protected, and guided. When you trust, you let go of the need to figure everything out, and instead you rest in the assurance that there is a greater plan at work. This trust allows you to navigate life's uncertainties with calm, knowing that you are never alone on the journey. It's a trust that comes from experience, from walking through difficult seasons and realizing that peace was always available to you, even when things seemed overwhelming. In the end, cultivating peace is an ongoing process, one that requires daily attention and care. It's about creating an internal environment where peace can grow, even when the world around you is in turmoil. It's a commitment to living from a place of calm, trust, and balance, no matter what life throws your way. Peace is not something you stumble upon, it is something you cultivate, nurture, and protect. And as you do, it becomes a source of strength, clarity, and resilience, allowing you to face every day with a heart that is at rest and a mind that is at ease. Acting with purpose is living with intentionality, knowing that every decision, every action, and every step you take is connected to a larger vision for your life. It's about understanding that you were created with a specific design and that your existence is not by accident but by divine intention. When you act with purpose, you are not just moving through life aimlessly, you are driven by a clear sense of mission and direction, aligning your choices with a higher calling. The purpose is the guiding force that gives your life meaning. It's the why behind everything you do, the foundation that fuels your passion and shapes your priorities. Acting with purpose requires clarity. You must know what you are aiming for, what you are building, and what you want to leave as a legacy. Without this clarity, you risk drifting through life, swayed by circumstances, opinions, or temporary desires. But when you understand your purpose, you move with focus and determination, and every action you take becomes a step toward fulfilling that purpose. To act with purpose means rejecting mediocrity and choosing excellence. Purpose-driven actions are not haphazard or careless, they are deliberate and thoughtful. You are no longer satisfied with simply doing enough to get by. Instead, you strive for greatness because you recognize that your life has a greater significance. You operate from a place of conviction, where you give your best not because you are seeking recognition, but because you understand that your contribution to the world matters. Excellence for you is not about perfection, but about giving everything you have to what truly matters. Acting with purpose also means being intentional about how you invest your time, energy, and resources. Purpose does not allow for wasted moments or misplaced priorities. Every decision becomes an opportunity to move closer to your goals or further away from them. When you act with purpose, you learn to say no to things that do not serve your vision. You prioritize what is most important, and you refuse to be distracted by what is trivial or fleeting. Purpose gives you a filter through which you make decisions, helping you to discern what deserves your attention and what doesn't. Furthermore, purpose brings resilience. When you know your why, you can endure anyhow. Life will inevitably bring challenges, setbacks, and disappointments, but when you are anchored in purpose, those difficulties do not deter you. Instead, they become fuel for your journey. You understand that the obstacles are part of the process and they are refining you for the greater work ahead. Acting with purpose gives you the strength to keep going when others would quit, because you are driven by a cause that is bigger than your momentary struggles. Acting with purpose also means being mindful of your influence and impact on others. Purpose is not self-centered, it is inherently connected to serving a greater good. When you act with purpose, you become aware of how your actions affect those around you. You recognize that your life is a source of inspiration, encouragement, or even direction for others. Purpose calls you to live beyond yourself, to contribute to the world in ways that uplift, empower, and transform. It shifts your focus from self-preservation to significance, from personal success to collective growth. To act with purpose, you must also embrace discipline. Purpose is not just about lofty dreams or vague intentions. It requires consistent, focused effort. Discipline is the bridge between your vision and its fulfillment. When you act with purpose, you understand that every small step, every routine task, every disciplined habit is contributing to the bigger picture. You don't wait for perfect conditions or motivation, you act because you are committed to your purpose. Discipline ensures that you stay the course even on the days when it's difficult or when progress seems slow. Acting with purpose also cultivates a sense of fulfillment and joy. There is a deep satisfaction that comes from knowing that your actions are aligned with your true calling. Even the mundane tasks take on new meaning because you understand how they fit into the larger context of your life's mission. Purpose brings passion, and passion energizes you to keep moving forward. When you are living with purpose, you wake up each day with a sense of excitement and anticipation because you know that every day holds the potential for progress and impact. Moreover, acting with purpose requires you to be adaptable. Purpose is not rigid. It evolves as you grow and as circumstances change. Acting with purpose means being willing to adjust your approach without losing sight of your ultimate goal. It's about being flexible in your methods while remaining steadfast in your vision. Purpose requires you to continuously learn, refine, and sometimes redefine how you will achieve your goals. But through it all, your commitment to the greater purpose remains unwavering. Finally, acting with purpose requires faith. There will be times when the path forward is unclear, when the road seems long, and when you may doubt whether your efforts will bear fruit. In those moments, it is your faith in the purpose behind your actions that keeps you moving. Acting with purpose is about trusting that each step is leading you somewhere meaningful, even if you cannot see the full picture yet. It's about believing that your purpose is worth the sacrifice, the discipline, and the effort required to see it fulfilled. In essence, to act with purpose is to live with intention, clarity, and conviction. It is to understand that your life has significance and that every action you take is part of a greater narrative. Acting with purpose empowers you to rise above distractions, discouragements, and doubts because you are focused on a vision that is greater than yourself. It transforms the way you live, work, and interact with the world, and it ensures that you leave a lasting impact long after you are gone. Purpose is not just something you have, it's something you live out every single day. Inspiring others is one of the most powerful ways to leave a lasting impact on the world. It is about living your life in such a way that it ignites a fire in those around you, causing them to see possibilities within themselves that they may never have recognized. Inspiration is not about having all the answers or being perfect. It's about demonstrating through your actions, words, and example that greatness is within reach for everyone, regardless of where they start or what obstacles they face. To inspire others, you must first understand that your life is a message. Whether you realize it or not, how you live, the choices you make, and the values you hold all speak louder than words. People are watching, and the way you navigate your own journey has the potential to stir something within them. It's about showing what is possible when someone dares to dream, work hard, and believe in their purpose. When you live with integrity, perseverance, and passion, you naturally inspire those around you to aspire to higher heights in their own lives. One of the greatest ways to inspire others is by being authentic. In a world full of masks and pretenses, authenticity stands out. People are not inspired by perfection, they are inspired by honesty, vulnerability, and courage. When you are willing to show your true self, flaws, failures, and all, you give others permission to be themselves. Your authenticity encourages them to drop the facade, to embrace their own journey, and to pursue their goals without the fear of judgment. True inspiration comes from being real, not from pretending to be something you're not. Inspiring others also means leading by example. It's not enough to tell people what they should do, you must show them through your own actions. If you want to inspire others to work hard, you must be willing to put in the hard work yourself. If you want to inspire others to be kind, you must model kindness in your interactions. Leadership and inspiration go hand in hand because people are more likely to follow what you do than what you say. Your life becomes a roadmap for others, demonstrating what is possible when they commit to their own growth and potential. Inspiration is also deeply connected to overcoming challenges. People are not only inspired by success, they are inspired by resilience in the face of adversity. When you overcome obstacles and rise above difficulties, you send a powerful message to those who are watching that setbacks do not define you and that failure is not final. Your ability to persevere through hardship shows others that they too can push through their struggles. The strength and determination you demonstrate in your most challenging moments can serve as the fuel others need to keep going when they feel like giving up. Another key to inspiring others is lifting them up with your words. Words have the power to build or to destroy, and when used wisely, they can spark hope, motivation, and confidence in others. Speaking life into someone, especially when they are feeling discouraged or uncertain, can have a profound impact. Your words can remind people of their value, their potential, and their ability to achieve great things. Inspiration is often about being the voice of encouragement that someone needs at the right time, offering a perspective that helps them see their situation differently and believe in what they can accomplish. To inspire others, you must also be a source of vision. People are often inspired by those who can see beyond the present reality and articulate a future that others may not yet imagine. Having a vision for what is possible and sharing that vision with others is incredibly powerful. It gives them something to strive for, a goal that is bigger than their current circumstances. Visionaries inspire others by showing them not only where they can go, but how they can get there. When you carry a vision with passion and conviction, it becomes contagious, motivating others to align their actions with that greater purpose. Inspiration is about service. You inspire others not by focusing on your own success, but by helping them see and achieve their own. When you dedicate your time and energy to helping others reach their potential, you create a ripple effect of inspiration. Acts of service, no matter how small, show others that they matter, that their dreams are important, and that they are capable of achieving more than they thought possible. Serving others with humility and compassion is one of the most impactful ways to inspire, as it demonstrates that true greatness comes not from personal achievement, but from lifting others up along the way. Inspiring others also requires consistency. Inspiration is not a one-time event, it's a way of life. Consistency in your actions, your values, and your character builds trust, and trust is the foundation of inspiration. When people know that they can rely on you, that you will show up and lead with integrity, they are more likely to be influenced by your example. Inspiration is not about grand gestures or occasional moments of brilliance. It's about the steady, daily commitment to live in alignment with your purpose and to pour into others as you do. Finally, to inspire others, you must believe in them. People are most inspired when they feel seen, valued, and believed in. Your belief in someone else's potential can often be the spark that ignites their own belief in themselves. It's about seeing greatness in others, sometimes before they see it in themselves, and calling it out. When you express confidence in someone's abilities, you empower them to take steps they may have been too afraid to take on their own. Belief is a powerful catalyst for change, and when you believe in others, you inspire them to rise to their fullest potential. Ultimately, inspiring others is about living a life that points beyond yourself. It's about recognizing that your life can serve as a source of strength, hope, and encouragement to those around you. By being authentic, leading by example, overcoming challenges, lifting others up with your words, and consistently living with purpose, you create an atmosphere of inspiration wherever you go. You show others that they too can achieve greatness, that they can rise above their circumstances, and that they can make a meaningful impact in the world. Inspiration is about lighting a fire in others that continues to burn long after they have left your presence. It is not about temporary motivation, but about planting seeds of belief and possibility that will grow and bear fruit in their lives. To inspire others is to live with a sense of responsibility, knowing that your life can change the course of someone else's. And when you inspire others, you are not only helping them transform their lives, you are creating a legacy that will continue to inspire for generations to come. Reflecting at the end of each day is a practice that goes beyond mere routine. It's a powerful discipline that helps you assess, recalibrate, and refocus your life. It is a time to pause, to look inward, and to examine the experiences, decisions, and moments that shaped your day. This reflection is not an exercise in guilt or regret, but in growth and awareness. It is about gaining insights into your actions, thoughts, and emotions so that you can continually align yourself with your greater purpose. At the end of the day, when the noise of daily activities has subsided, you create a space for introspection. This is your opportunity to take stock of what worked, what didn't, and what lessons can be drawn from the day's events. Reflection allows you to bring clarity to situations that may have been clouded in the heat of the moment. It is in this stillness that you can better understand the impact of your choices, whether they contributed to your growth or pulled you away from your goals. To reflect effectively, it is essential to begin by asking yourself meaningful questions. What did you accomplish today? What challenges did you face? And how did you handle them? Were there moments when you acted in alignment with your values and purpose? Were there times when you strayed from that path? These questions help you to examine the day with intention, giving you a deeper understanding of your behavior, mindset, and attitudes. This self-awareness is crucial for personal growth, as it provides the foundation for making better choices in the future. One of the key elements of end-of-day reflection is gratitude. Taking time to acknowledge the blessings of the day, no matter how small, shifts your focus from what is lacking to what you already have. Gratitude transforms your mindset, allowing you to see the goodness in life even amidst challenges. When you reflect with gratitude, you elevate your perspective, which in turn fuels your motivation for the days ahead. It reminds you that even in difficult moments, there is something to be thankful for, something that has enriched your life in ways you may not have initially recognized. Reflection also involves looking at areas of improvement, but this is done not with harsh criticism, but with a desire to grow. It's important to identify where you fell short, but rather than dwelling on mistakes, focus on what you can learn from them. Every misstep or challenge holds valuable lessons if you approach them with the right mindset. Reflecting on these moments helps you to refine your approach for the future. It's about progress, not perfection, understanding that each day is an opportunity to get closer to who you are meant to be. Another aspect of reflection is the consideration of how your actions affected others. It's essential to think about the interactions you had throughout the day. Did you encourage or uplift those around you? Were there moments when you could have been more compassionate, patient, or understanding? Reflection provides the space to evaluate your relationships and how you are contributing to the lives of others. It invites you to assess whether you are building up the people around you or if there are areas where you need to change your approach to create more positive connections. Furthermore, end-of-day reflection helps you to reconnect with your goals and dreams. In the busyness of life, it's easy to get sidetracked by distractions or urgent tasks that may not contribute to your long-term aspirations. Reflection allows you to assess whether the steps you took today moved you closer to your goals or whether adjustments need to be made. It's a time to refocus, to realign your daily actions with your larger vision, ensuring that you are not just busy, but productive in ways that matter to your overall purpose. Reflection also offers a chance to evaluate your emotional state. How did you feel throughout the day? What emotions dominated your experiences? And how did they influence your actions? Understanding your emotional patterns is crucial because your emotions often dictate your behavior. By reflecting on your emotional responses, you can gain insight into what triggers certain feelings and how to manage them more effectively. This emotional awareness is key to maintaining balance and resilience in the face of life's ups and downs. Another benefit of reflecting at the day's end is the opportunity to cultivate mindfulness. It allows you to live consciously rather than letting the days slip by unnoticed. When you reflect, you become more present in your own life. You are no longer on autopilot, but fully engaged in the process of becoming your best self. Reflection brings intentionality to your actions, helping you to live with greater purpose and awareness. It is a moment to pause, breathe, and acknowledge the significance of each day in the grand scheme of your life. In addition, reflection fosters a sense of accountability. When you take the time to review your day, you are holding yourself responsible for the choices you made. This self-accountability is essential for growth, as it prevents you from blaming external circumstances for your outcomes. Reflection helps you to take ownership of your life, recognizing that while you cannot control everything, you are responsible for how you respond to what happens. It empowers you to make adjustments where necessary and to approach each new day with greater intention and clarity. Finally, reflection at the end of the day is a form of renewal. It allows you to release the day's burdens, to let go of any lingering stress or frustration, and to reset your mind for the day ahead. It's a moment to forgive yourself for any mistakes and to commit to doing better tomorrow. Reflection is a way to close the chapter of the day with peace, knowing that you have done your best and that tomorrow is another opportunity to continue growing, learning, and becoming more aligned with your purpose. In conclusion, reflecting at the end of each day is a powerful practice that nurtures self-awareness, gratitude, growth, and intentional living. It is a time to pause, assess, and realign, ensuring that each day is a step forward in your journey toward fulfilling your potential. By making reflection a daily habit, you create a life that is not just lived, but truly experienced, full of purpose, growth, and meaning. Through reflection, you gain clarity on your path, strengthen your resolve, and prepare yourself to face each new day with renewed focus and determination. As you rise each day, remember the words of Jeremiah 29. Let them fill your heart with purpose, guide your actions, and set the tone for a life of hope and fulfillment. Today is a gift, and how you choose to embrace it can change everything. Let's start this day with an unwavering belief in the good plans God has for us.